Hi everyone, I am the Sarcastic Sloth, and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be addressing a clip that's been making the rounds on Twitter at the moment, and the reason why it's done that is raised a lot of questions. It's also sort of bringing up the state of YouTube during 2020. Now, if any of you guys have been around for a little while, then you'll have seen my family channel rant video, and you know that I hold them in little to no regard whatsoever. The same goes pretty much for a couple of channels too. We're going to go through the reasons why, but what I'll do is I'll show you the clip now. So you can probably see why people are pretty outraged, so without further ado, let's crack on. So as always, everything in this video are my own thoughts and opinions on the topic, and if you do not like that, then ta-ra! So the name of this video, if you didn't already catch it, was I hid my boyfriend's wheelchair to see his reaction. Now, there's a few things that are probably going to outrage you here in this particular clip, unless, I don't know, you live under some kind of very cold and dark rock somewhere. The fact that this guy is crawling around on the floor without looking for his wheelchair, without any assistance from his girlfriend whatsoever. It may be the fact that this video has got 182,000 views. It may also be the fact that on top of that, at the point where this clip was taken, which is the one circulating the internet at the moment, this video had 12,000 likes to 1,200 dislikes. It's pretty mind-bending, really. For some of you out there, you probably already know the state of couple channels, but for those of you who don't, I'm going to explain to you what this brand of couple channel is actually all about. So, because their lives are actually pretty boring in real life, what they do is a series of pranks on each other, and we all know the state of prank YouTube in general is pretty dismal, to say the least. The channel itself is called M&K TV. Maya Cassandra is the girlfriend, and Kaylin is the boyfriend. Now, of course, Kaylin is the one that you see on the floor here crawling around on his hands. And what has happened here, the premise of this basically is that the girlfriend has hidden the wheelchair and he's looking for it. He looks for it and cannot find it, and eventually gets so upset that he cries. Haha, hee hee, watch out guys, my sides are splitting. Consider yourselves fortunate, because I actually watched this bloody video. I actually watched the bloody video because I wanted to see that it was in fact what I thought it was, which is most couple channels are just fake pranks. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them are just fake couples in general, to be quite honest with you. I actually watched this video, so you guys don't have to. I'm just going to go through exactly piece by piece what happens so you can get a bit of more of a picture, right? So what annoyed me about watching this particular video, right, is that she was so lazy with her intro. It's like, hey guys, I've just woken up. Yeah, Kaylin's asleep. So if he's asleep, I'm gonna hide his wheelchair. Hit like, hit subscribe. It's like, it's horrendous. So then what she does is she gets the wheelchair and she pops it at the top of the stairs, because she specifically says, oh well, he's not going to be able to go up there and look for it. And then she comes back into the room, pokes him a couple of times. By the way, I'm confident the whole time that he's pretending to be asleep as well, but nonetheless, pokes him a few times, doesn't work, and then slaps him. And it's kind of weird because they're using like these sort of slapstick sound effects the whole time, and this, like I said, this video is so bloody grim. He wakes up, he sits at the end of the bed, he's like, where's my wheelchair, sort of thing. Now, if it were me, I would have tapped my missus and just been like, hey, have you see my wheelchair? It was here before and now it's gone. You're the only one in the house with me, so what's up with that? I'm assuming that their product overall is like aimed at children. You consider the actual material itself, like I say, it beggars belief. So then he starts crawling around the house looking for it. He can't find it. I'm not gonna say that him going around like that wasn't arduous, because it does look hard, I'm not gonna lie. But like I say, my suspicion, as with all of these channels, is that it's all terribly fake. Anything that has like prank in the title these days, I don't believe, as a matter of course. He comes back, asks her if she's seen it, and says he can't find it after crawling. And then he's like, oh, I can't find it, I've been crawling all around the house. And then there's this like, oh sound effect. It's mental. Like I say, it's just, the only reason I'm laughing is because it's like, I can't believe that this kind of stuff gets made, kept on the platform as well, and YouTube are like, that's totally fine, we'll like help you on your journey there. But then if you want to talk about something like this, your video might get taken away because they think it's like too mean or whatever. It's just bizarre. So then, yeah, so she wakes up, calls him irresponsible. Let's just take it from the matter of course that none of this is staged, okay? Already she's taken away his wheelchair, made him crawl around the house, comes back and then calls him irresponsible, then says he probably sleepwalked and moved it. And then she looks around the house, she's filming obviously, and at no point is he like, hey, how come you're filming this? That's pretty weird, isn't it? But she's going around the house blaming him the whole time. Well, you know, maybe you should look after your stuff. You're not grateful, because says that he's not grateful. And then he's just sat on the floor crying, which is where we get the he cried aspect of the title. And then all of a sudden, you know, she's like, I think I know where it's at. It's a prank. And then she's like kicking him whilst he's on the floor being like, hey, it's a prank, it's a prank. My last note on this was literally one of the worst things I've ever watched, which it was, quite honestly. I have to bleach out my eyes. It was horrendous, absolutely horrendous, like watching this. And the thing, I've had two questions in this, right? So if this were to be real, and if we were to believe it as such, then she's a really horrible human being, and pranking your boyfriend who's in a chair is just disgusting. But then there's also, if you look at the actual channel itself, he's pranking her, so the whole time they're just pranking each other. Yeah, I don't know. But then if you also have to look at it the other way, which is this is all fake and they're both conspiring on it, which I absolutely believe, I think it's completely fake, then they are literally then playing on people's feelings and basically condoning ableism, which is just so that you know what kind of channel this is and what kind of people they are. Such titles as pushing my disabled boyfriend into a pool in front of our YouTube friends, they kicked us out. Here's another thing you'll notice with all of these things. They either sum it up or they sum up the emotion that you're supposed to feel at the very end. I hid my boyfriend's wheelchair to see his reaction. He cried. I think I can walk prank on my girlfriend. This isn't a case that she's just like relentlessly pulling pranks on him. He's also playing pranks on her. This is fake. This is all fake. This is the fakest of fakeries. The thing that is rank about this, and it's not the fact that she is pulling these pranks on him, it's the fact that they conspire together to make this entertainment, which is also ableist in nature. It's really bizarre. And then if you really needed proof as to what kind of people these are, then check out this from their Instagram, which I found. This clip just sums everything up, really. So they are completely at peace and they are completely at home with this aspect of their couples channel, really. Instead of just doing what they usually do at couples channels, which is just pranking each other, they've also got this mix of the fact that he's in a wheelchair and they use that to their advantage. To me, this sort of just builds on my overall dislike of couples channels and family channels. I consider them one and the same, quite frankly. I think what it is, right, so if you have a couples channel or a family channel, eventually you have to concede that you're probably pretty boring, and this is why you have to keep doing these weird pranks on each other all the time. Personally, I couldn't live with someone who was like going to prank me all the time in real life without any sort of agenda. Yeah, no one could, man. It would do your bloody head in. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a weird thing. It was a weird little rabbit hole that I went down that I'm not going to go down again. As soon as you look at the channel, you see what it's all about, basically. It's all fake, and there isn't really anything more to say than that. The fact that they both are in on it doesn't make it any better in my eyes. Tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you like the video, subscribe, and as always, stay safe out there.